good evening, Antigua and Barbuda. Welcome to another Twin Island Media Live for this June the 18th, 2026. Very grateful to be in your company this beautiful Thursday night. And this is the show which brings conversations to you that truly matter. And tonight we have a guest who needs absolutely no introduction, but I'll still introduce her nonetheless, and her partner. She needs no introduction in Antigua and Barbuda and further afield. And quite frankly, and above all, a woman with a heart of gold. She is an undisputed queen of soca in Antigua and Barbuda, and tonight she's not just here to talk music, she's here to speak about the nation's youth, community, and a cause that is close to her heart, ladies and gentlemen. Just a little background for those of you who may not know. For more than 2 decades, Claudette C.P. Peters has embodied the vibrant spirit of Antigua and Barbuda through her music, electrifying performances, and unwavering national pride. She was born on August the 9th, 1979. I pause. She's an August baby, like other individuals close to me. Claudette discovered her passion for music at the age of 9 in the Anglican Cathedral Youth Choir. After being crowned Miss Teenage Antigua in 1996 and winning Best Performing Talent, she went on to perform on the hotel circuit and became lead vocalist for some of Antigua's top bands, including High Intensity, Dread and the Ballhead, The Band, and Toxic. Her breakthrough came in 2002 with the hit Something's Got a Hold on Me. In 2005, that's 2005, she made history as the first female to win Antigua's Soca Monarch title with All I Know, beginning a record-breaking reign that includes multiple groovy and jumpy Soca Monarch titles and becoming the first female Road March winner. An award-winning artist and the recipient, of the Order of Princely Heritage, OH, Claudette was named an official cultural envoy of Antigua and Barbuda in 2014. Beyond music, she is married. She's a mother of 2. She's a festivals officer, brand ambassador, mentor, humanitarian, dedicated to youth empowerment and cultural preservation. Today, Claudette T.P. Peters remains a national treasure and cultural icon, inspiring audiences across the Caribbean and beyond, while proudly carrying the banner of Antigua and Barbuda. I want to say a pleasant good evening and welcome to Twin Island Media Live. Claudette T.P. Peters, it's an honor, always. Thank you so much for joining us. How are you doing?
Good evening, Daren. How are you?
I am good. I am
You
good.
did
It's a
good.
little toasty tonight. What's that? Sorry?
You did good.
I did good. 1 or 2 stumbles in there, but I tried to pack it all
That's
in.
given the time, it's okay. You
Yes.
did good.
All right. Thank you very much. Um, is Ibis with us yet? Oh, maybe not. But if I see him in the virtual space, I will certainly give him the introduction. All right. There he is, Soca Army Mr. Steve Freeland, better known as Ibis. I don't know how many people know him as Steve Freeland, but maybe
Yeah,
because he's fairly popular. And
yeah,
people just say
yes.
Ibis. And people just say CP.
Yes. Oh,
All
Auntie
right.
Claudette.
Or Auntie Claudette. All right,
Yeah.
depending on the generation. So CP,
Yes.
let's dive right in. Auntie Claudette's Kiddies Fest 2026. That name alone puts a smile on your face, we can see. Tell us, where did this idea come from, the Kiddies Fest? Because this is not your first year. You've had it a couple of years
No,
prior.
this is pretty much our 8th year. Of course, you have to go into the whole COVID situation where we had a lull there,
Mm,
social distancing. So it's our officially our 8th year. We would have given back to the School for the Blind, Fines
mm,
Institute, the hospital, to private entities, cultural entities.
mhm,
We started really small. But we, as in Soca Army, it's basically a group of young people that come together to live good, with each other and then spread the goodness,
mhm,
and the goodness is just love and turning fun into impact and giving back to our community. And so it's just a group of young people who've always been with me for years, brothers
mhm.
and sisters, cousins, what have you. Somebody
Okay.
bring them and they've been there for a
Mhm,
while since I've been competing in the Soca Monarch. We've never severed.
mhm,
And so, I mean, something dear to my heart, we've always asked the question, Claudette, why the children them love you so much? And I'm like, I don't know. For some reason, have you done anything special for them? Like, no, I've been doing this for a very long time, but they're drawn to me somehow. And
Mm.
rather than just only sitting down and having a good time, I've always wanted to find a platform in which I, would give back. And so that is how Auntie Claudette's Kitties Fed came about. And my team has been with me since then.
Mhm. All right. Now, this event is coming up on the 12th of July at the
Yes.
Antigua Recreation Grounds, a landmark
Mhm.
venue. What can families, parents, children expect on that particular day?
Okay, so the whole idea is for, the entire family to come out and enjoy. I mean, you don't have to have a child to come. It is just a really fun experience. But we try to, curtail it around talented young people to include young DJs.
Mm,
Uh, we are giving back to our community last year, as recent as last year. We would have given back to the primary schools. What we've done, would go into the school to do our marketing where Kiddies Fest is concerned
mhm,
and to scout talent because we believe that our children can help themselves. Meaning, when you come to Auntie Claudette's Kiddies Fest, you are able to give back to yourself in whatever way down the future or, as recent as whenever.
mhm,
So, we gave back PA systems because Auntie Claudette's Kiddies Fest started out by us just going into the schools and entertaining the children. I
mhm,
just use my voice. I know children like or love popular people. And so I give them the opportunity to rub shoulders with me and my team. And so we would have recognized that they didn't have, PA system. We often
mhm.
had to bring that with us. And so
Okay.
last year we donated PA systems to 5 primary schools. Now,
Okay.
this year, we're going out on a limb,
Mhm,
having done interviews with secondary school students. I would have
right.
realized that a lot of the students, while having a conversation, they do not have musical instruments within the school.
Mhm,
And they're
mm.
actually doing,
But they have
music.
musical programs,
They
but they don't have
have programs,
instruments.
but not instruments.
They probably
So
have a
this year,
recorder. They probably
they
have the recorder.
usually, because I started with a recorder and then being a part of the choir.
Yeah.
And so
Mm,
this year we're giving back to 12 secondary schools within Antigua, not forgetting Barbuda,
okay.
complete musical instruments.
Mm,
So I'm talking guitar, bass guitar, keyboards, drum set, their speakers, their mix board, and microphone. So each school will receive a complete
mm,
set of
mhm.
those equipment.
That
And
sounds like
so
a heavy lift,
it
my dear
is.
sister. It's a heavy
It is
lift.
a heavy lift,
It's
but we're
so
gonna make it.
all right. Well, I think you have a theme, right? What's your theme? Tell me what your theme is or your mantra. It's in your bio. Tell me, remind me what it is.
It's pretty much live, love, and laugh. I mean, that's what we go
Mm,
by because I mean, there's no Claudette alone.
right.
There is Soca Army, and that's my team, and
Hmm.
we do everything together. And
Right.
we just want to do good because
Hmm.
a lot of times we depend on the government to do everything or private sector to do everything. But then I do believe that once you've recognized that something needs to be to brought to light,
Yes.
then you know as long as it's not too hefty like this one, we're just
Mhm.
gonna do it. But then I just like a challenge. I just
You
love
like a
it.
challenge.
I
And
just love it.
if you believe you could, you believed you could,
Uh-huh.
so you did.
So I did.
That's a line I got from your bio. Um,
Yes.
right now, at the heart of this event is, of course, the truly powerful mission that you just referred to: 12 secondary schools.
Mhm.
Um, how did you go about selecting those schools, or have you selected them as yet?
Well, I mean, yes, we have.
You have
um
selected them. How you went about
yes.
that?
Uh, we call the ministry, and so we're
Hmm.
targeting the government schools, all
Okay.
of the secondary government schools.
Okay.
And I had to drop my son's school in the lot, which would make the 12th one. That's
Okay.
SAS, because he's a music student. So pass and
Oh,
quiz and then
okay.
pick me first.
I totally understand that. Nobody can vex with you for
Yes.
that.
Yes.
No.
Yeah. My son is a music student, and so
Mm-hmm.
we would have recognized that, there are a few
Mm-hmm.
things lacking, and so we're making sure that they're added to the list. But they're the government primary of secondary
Mm-hmm.
school, sorry.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great. It looks as though our good friend is trying to join us. Let's see if his internet
Oh
is working
wow.
and clean this time. And I'm gonna ask him oh Lord, he gone again. Oh, there you are.
Oh,
And I'm
there
gonna
he
ask which internet you use in IBIS. I don't have to ask you that question. Good night.
Local.
Local. All right.
Yeah, local. Good night.
Good
Me
night,
too.
IBIS. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate
Hi,
it. Well,
brother.
IBIS, how are you
Darren,
doing? How was your day?
Darren, they said she is all three of you all are using the same. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yes. Oh, yes. We are all using the same
Oh,
internet
beautiful.
provider.
Local.
Yes.
Local.
Local. I'm not very good at
Um,
that.
it been a been a hectic day. Dealing with kiddies, fet and cricket,
Mhm.
and still work and all sorts of things. So
Yeah.
anywhere my sister goes, I go. So it's the same day.
I realize that. Did
It's
she
the
tell you
same day.
how I threw the idea out or the invitation out for you to join us tonight? Did she mention?
No, she says she's just gonna send a link and click the link.
Oh, that's it. And you just do as you're told.
Yeah, that's how it is with
Just as he would do
this.
to me.
Well,
Yeah,
because
same thing.
because both of you, to some extent, you're public figures. I guess I could say that to an extent. Not work. You know what I mean? You're public
Yeah,
figures,
yeah, 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 yeah.
entertainers. You're well-known quantities. A lot of what you guys do together is on social media. So I said to Claudette, "Ibis is still there? I don't see you now. You disappeared. Oh Lord. Anyway, never mind. When he comes back, I'll say because I want to get his reaction.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to get his reaction. Anyway, let's continue. So 12 secondary schools. We spoke about the 12
Mhm.
secondary schools.
Yes.
Um, no, you're widely recognized as the top female artist in Antigua and Barbuda. I'm not sure that that's in dispute. We have a lot of beautiful artists.
Yeah.
I love a number of them, but
You
the
love
numbers
music.
speak for themselves.
You love
The numbers
music.
speak for themselves. This, of course, was a title earned through hard work, hits, and showing up for your culture all the time. At this stage of your career, um, how has your sense of responsibility toward the next generation of artists and young people evolved? I suspect this is a large part of that.
Yeah, it is heavy. And we're going to be starting this year.
Mm,
Uh, while going through the plannings of Auntie Claudette's Kitties Fest, we were thinking about the entertainment for this year.
mm,
Last year we had a talent show where
right.
it didn't matter, what you do. No, this year we would have recognized that we have almost 10
Mm,
young jam bands.
Might be more than that.
mm,
Might be more than that.
mm,
We would have recognized a few of them at Jam Pond because
mm. Jump until
Uncle
ago?
Hab was the young ones. The young, yes.
Yes, I bet. I
The
speak
stage
dialect from time to time.
the stage is available for the young bands. All
Yes.
right, because
Okay.
there are young bands in Antigua, Barbuda. They don't have a stage. This gentleman by the name of Wacky,
Mm-hmm.
he created all these young bands, put them together. The high voltage, the Carson, the
I didn't
ones that
get to
you know,
list them. I didn't get to
the
list
one that
them.
you know, they all started in one band and then branch off and did their own thing,
Mm-hmm. And
and
so,
they started there.
right. And so
Mm,
they've been doing their thing. And so, we wanted to put them on another platform to make them look
mm,
like, they're actually making some progress on the stage, different
mm,
stage platforms. And so this year, we have 7 bands that are going to be gracing the stage, and we decided that we're going to be doing a band clash. Now
Hmm.
5 out of the 7 will be
mm.
doing the band clash because they're the youngest of the two that we're leaving out. So the two are just going to be entertainment
Okay.
because they're
Okay.
older, so we're going to
Right.
leave it to the younger ones because
Hmm.
age at even age up to age 9.
9
Hmm.
and 11. Up to last week, they had one who is about 11 playing the keyboard, rhythm, and still bass.
Yes. The top and the bottom keyboard.
Yeah,
Yes.
he
Yeah.
is playing the bass because they don't have a bass player. So he's playing the
Hmm.
bass via keys and
Uh-huh.
still playing rhythm.
And how old you
Yeah.
said this chap is?
11. 11.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
11.
extraordinary. He comes from a
And so
musical family?
I
what
don't know his background. I don't know his
Oh,
we're
background,
gonna
honestly.
find out. We're gonna find
okay.
out because this event is not going to be the end of it. Having found out that we have so many young jam bands in Antigua is pretty much, like eye opening for us. And
Right.
so this year we have the Ruction Band, Ants Nest, C4 Band, ODB Band, Shockwave Band, Rude Boys Entertainment, and TNK Band.
Mhm. I
Hmm.
must admit, I haven't heard of any of these bands, but I
And
suppose I
this
can be excused.
this is the reason why we have to put them on platforms, so that persons are aware that we do have aspiring jam band
Mm,
musicians in Antigua and Barbuda, and whatever we are able to do to help them to propel, then we're gonna do just that. So this is just another platform for them
mhm,
to show their talent, and we're not just putting them on the stage
mhm.
come the 12th
We're,
of
we're,
July.
we're running a mentorship program as we speak.
Mm-hmm,
As
Okay.
we speak, visiting the band practices,
Mm,
documenting it so everybody can see, and
mhm,
the do's and don'ts of what you do when you get on the stage.
mhm,
And plus, at the end of Kiddies Fest, the top winners, the top 3 or 4, they'll get an opportunity to go into a studio, um, do a song, have a song, all prepared for next
mm-hmm.
year carnival or whenever they feel like releasing it. So
mm. Okay.
Okay, that's it.
Clearly, yeah,
Yes.
clearly he's having some
Yeah. So,
challenges. We will make the best of it. Mm.
so the winner. Oh, he's
yeah, the
here.
link just start over. The link, I don't know what's happening.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, but I'm
We're
saying
sorry
that
about that. Mm,
we having a sponsorship from a studio. We're putting them in Brockway Studio, so we
Brockway
having people
Studio.
ready to put pen to paper to them with their own song and production too. So
mm,
it don't just stop on the stage. We're preparing them
Mm-hmm,
for other stages of life within the entertainment
mm-hmm.
world.
mhm.
Yeah.
Entertainment in Antigua and Barbuda. I mean, both of you are entertainers in your own right. I mean, I guess you consider yourself an entertainer, right? I mean, yes, you're
Uh,
a master of
well,
ceremony,
yeah, it is
yeah,
entertaining.
but it's entertaining because you do a
Yes,
lot of entertainment. Um,
yes.
right. How vibrant and how promising is the industry in Antigua and Barbuda right now? Because I've heard artists speak to me, Claudette, they speak to me, and I know it's not easy.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you think that it's going to be easier for the next generation when that time comes?
I don't think it's ever been easy.
Mm,
Because you walk the walk and you talk the talk, and whatever is thrown at you, it's just how
mhm,
you deal with it. You have so many obstacles when it comes to entertainment, um that you're never prepared for it.
mm,
And it's the love of the art form and your craft is basically what would carry you,
mhm, mhm,
because it is daunting.
mhm.
It
What's the
is
biggest
haunting.
challenge? What's the biggest challenge for you?
For me,
Coming
when
together,
i was when I
coming
was coming
together,
up,
coming together, coming
that is
together,
it. That is it.
coming together.
You're gonna say coming together again?
Yeah, coming together because I want you to understand. A lot of talent in Antigua Barbuda, but for
Mm,
us, all of
okay. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Yes. So coming
I,
together. But
so
when
how
I
are you
was
all
coming up in
working
the
on his?
industry,
Go
coming up in
ahead.
the industry, it was very
Mhm,
difficult because I knew
mhm,
nothing about the industry.
mhm,
It's not like now when we have access to the internet where we could pretty much Google every and anything about the
mhm,
industry. I
mhm,
had to pretty much go by word of mouth, which many a times I was pretty much fooled because persons wanted to act as though they knew everything.
mhm,
And coming up, I actually quit at one point because I felt as though, yeah, I had stopped singing. Like that is the reason why I kind of did not, I was like, I'm not doing this because it was a lot. It was being a female in the industry, persons or males giving you information that they think you should know as to the reason why you're supposed to be going this way so
Right.
that you're able to get where you need to be. That is the most challenging part of the industry for
Mm.
me as a female. And then not knowing or having the information about the industry, copywriting, and
Yeah.
and the like. And so I feel as though our young ones have it easier
Mhm.
No. Yeah.
because they have all of this information,
Mhm.
at their fingertips. It's just that they need some guidance because most are just focusing on their craft and not the business side of it. And I think that it's where it's going to be hitting home when they get a little bit older in the game.
Yeah. So you have to start them now to understand the business, not
Yeah.
just have the talent and wasting the talent, as we would say.
Hmm.
But there means a lot of things there for them to get to and understand it. And with the help of the senior citizens, the senior ones, once we continue
The senior citizens.
once we continue to do what we got to do with them, I think the future will look bright. But
Mm.
one thing, as I mentioned, the coming together, we have an issue with coming together. Every ego just can't reach. Everybody had their own little ego. Everybody had their own little clique and everything.
Yeah. It's
Can
something
we
that
ever get
is.
past that though, Claudette? If we ever get, because I've been hearing about that even in the days with Ubsy and Short Shirt and all these
Yeah,
guys
and then
and
and
singing
then
out
and then
here and
Mhm.
and then Kittitians call us Garrets because
yes,
Garrets are deemed as birds. That is birds.
A birds are
Yeah.
bad
That
mind. How you go?
bad mind.
that pick at each other once,
Right.
and don't want to share.
Mm-hmm.
I've been plagued with that. Going over there like Garrett. And I'm like, don't call me that man. Oh God.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
a form
they.
of bad mind. And
Mm.
I don't know. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that we still have that going on. And
Mm-hmm.
when we're asked the question as to, why we're not, out there as we should be, I can't help but to say maybe that's one of the reasons why. And that, we're not supporting each other as we should be doing. That even as simple as sharing our music
It's an
on
issue.
social media, you know
It's an
um
issue.
it's a big issue. We find it very difficult to share the music. We find it very difficult to like the music. But then we love um
Everybody
production. We
else.
Everybody else's production outside of Antigua. We all love people something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know, the scripture said a prophet have no honor in his own country. Huh?
Yeah.
So I
And
don't know
King Upset
if it's a
King Upset
natural
sing about
thing.
it too.
What's that?
King Upset sing about it too.
Mm. Mm.
Sir Paul.
Um, we hear the complaints about even the system that is set up in such a way that overseas artists are treated a little different to local artists. Do you think that's unique to Antigua or that's just an international thing? You know,
I,
people
I
tend
don't think
to.
it's unique
Mm,
to Antigua.
right.
Because I've heard other artists complain about, the treatment that they would have been getting
Right.
in their country.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, we suffer from loving our own. I'm not knocking everybody because there
Mm-hmm.
are some, die hard um fans out there who just
Mhm.
believe that we should be getting everything that we want, especially that we've been doing this for so long, and we are just consistent, because I just do believe that it's just not about winning, is the consistency that matters, and you always being there, and then you know on the other side you're doing good for community. And that is something that is very deep in our gut as to how we feel about life and how we should live. And when I say us, I mean the
Yes.
Soca Army family, because we talk a lot to each other,
Hmm.
and I'm sure you can hear us sometimes across the
Right.
road
Of yes, sometimes, but the
as to
wind
how
blows
we.
in a different direction. But yes, but yes, I know. But I guess most of what I get, the feedback I get, at least from this collaboration, is online. What's featured online, which is fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Um. No, in terms of the what's coming up between now and the actual event in July,
Hmm.
the mentorship program is going to be taking place. Are there
Hmm.
any other significant events that are going to be happening between now and then in the lead up to Kiddies Fest?
Okay. And so we're going to be doing the little preschools and going in for the little ones as well, so that they can, have a great time.
Hmm.
Because we want folks to know, because of course there's a pretty penny that we're going to have to make to try to, to reach our goal. But Ibis, you can drum roll. Next week.
Brrrr,
Next week, Ibis.
brrrr.
What's happening next week, Ibis?
Oh, what you talking about? Old Road, the different schools,
Cricket.
but oh, well, next week, no. Cricket, we know, well, cricket coming here to Antigua Barbuda and Cricket West Indies itself. They are
Okay.
Yeah. So cricket West
I want to
Indies.
know what you doing that Ibis not doing. Anyway.
the link keep restarted. I'm sorry, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
The stream. But Cricket West Indies, they're doing 2 days for the 1 days for primary school and the other days for secondary school,
Uh-huh.
where they had the opportunity of getting into the
Hmm.
Pakistan for free on
Hmm.
Thursday next week, Thursday and Friday. So with that
Okay.
now, they call the
Mm.
team because they see what we're doing. So we organized
Right.
one of the young bands for 1 day for the primary school day and another young band for the Friday, because anything
Hmm.
after that they don't have access to the party stand. So with this series happening in Antigua and
That's an
Barbuda,
opportunity.
Antigua.
He's gone again. So it's an opportunity for our youth jam
Yeah,
band to, to strut their stuff, because you never know, if we're going to be able to see them on a platform like that. We're just giving them a platform, because this is something that, many of our bands have done in past
in
years,
the past,
going
yeah.
to cricket and entertaining the crowd. So the children next week,
Mm.
Thursday and Friday, will get that opportunity. Primary schools on Thursday,
And
secondary school on
secondary on
Friday.
Friday. In the
Right. So
party
they're
stand.
gonna have, right, Auntie Claudette's Kiddies Fedway.
That
Domino,
sounds
worry,
fantastic.
the whole stuff that they
Worry,
introduced in school, all the
cultural
games, everything.
characters,
Cultural characters, all for the
games.
teams, yeah.
So that side is just gonna be
Mm.
for our children.
Corporate sponsors. Have you been able to get any corporate support in the lead up to this event and for this
Which event? Auntie
initiative?
Claudette's Kiddies Fed?
Yes, yes.
All right, yes. Of course. Inet. Look at the smile on his face. Go ahead, Ivis. Go ahead.
Oh, I hope the
Yeah, he's
folks.
gone.
To be honest, I'm having a little difficulty.
I don't know what's going
Oh,
on. The stream keep restarting.
no, he's gone now.
So we say, Inet.
I think
So
this is an
because
Continue.
there's
INET issue. I don't think this is an INET issue. But
No,
go
I
ahead,
don't think this
Ibis.
is a net issue. I don't know what's happening here, but it's not an internet issue.
Yeah. Tell me. Go ahead, Ibis. Say what you're saying. It's
No,
INET
she
in
said
terms of
she said iNet. Yes, continue.
yes. Mm-hmm.
it's iNet, it's cool and smooth. It's shows, toys, gifts, and housewares. It's of course festivals commission.
Mm-hmm.
We have quite a few others that are coming on board from tomorrow, because we're doing so much. The sit down is a little bit much, because we're trying to spread the love around, making sure that person, get an opportunity to hear exactly what we're going to be doing, just to get them in the grounds, because we know what is required for them, for us to actually gain the revenue that we are hoping to.
Yeah.
the list goes on. I don't have the list on me, but
That's
I'd
okay.
like to say a special thank you to those whom I've spoken with, and that the contributions would have been made, and we're hoping for folks to come on board as well, because what we do, we contract the rides so that we're able to turn that over into the finances that we need. So we have to pay for those.
Mm.
So if you're listening to the sound of my voice, here is an opportunity for you. You wish to get in touch with me, you could hit me up on my Facebook page. Or, I mean, I'm not too hard to find. Neither is Ibis.
Neither is Iris.
Neither is
You,
Ibis.
you mentioned what the goal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all
Uh,
right. We
I,
working with it. We working.
yes,
He'll
we are.
try
We're doing
again,
a
and
good job.
we'll work with it. We'll work with it. When life gives us lemons, we make lemonade. Go ahead, Ibis.
So did you tell them about at the end of this what the goal is with the instruments?
Go
Yes,
ahead.
we spoke
Oh,
about
okay.
that.
Just making
We
sure.
spoke
Just
about
making
that.
sure. Just making sure.
What's your target? You have a target in mind, dollar value. Have you established a target? 100,000, 200,000,
At least 120,000.
120,000, and we're talking
Mm-hmm.
EC dollars.
EC dollars.
EC
Yeah.
dollars. All right, all right. Doable-ish, I think.
Doable-ish.
Yeah,
Yes.
doable-ish.
Yeah, I'm
Now,
optimistic.
if one of these the children or the bands who benefits from this project in terms of being able to have access to instruments to learn to play and perfect their craft
Hmm.
becomes the next Claudette CP Peters or becomes the next Tian Winter to balance the scales gender wise,
Hmm.
what would that mean to you, Claudette?
That I did good. Uh,
Mm,
I would have gotten, you know, the opportunity to give somebody a leg up.
mm,
Because I did get a leg up when I was coming up.
mm,
And, having been in the industry for a while and would have experienced, quite a few things, opportunities that I would have missed because I didn't
mm,
get a leg up. Um, I know what it means to have somebody help me to get to where I need to be. And
mm,
so if I did not get the opportunity to go as far as I should go,
mm,
then the opportunity is clear to be given to the ones who are coming behind. And I think that that is what we need to focus on, and then that's the young ones who are coming behind, especially when it's something that is good, and
yes.
when it comes to their passion. Because in the older days, um it is always been a deal where our mother and father, grandmother, grandfather would be forcing us into career path of a doctor, lawyer, nurse, you
Mm.
know
Teacher.
teacher.
Mm,
And
mm,
we're in the 20th century, and
mm,
I find that a lot of children, especially in Antigua Barbuda, they love music. And
mhm,
if that's what it is, give them the
Plenty.
instruments that they need, the equipment that they need, and the platform for them to do so. At least now they have music CXCs, and so they can go so far with that. They can be a teacher, they can be a music teacher,
mhm.
they
Yeah.
can be,
Mhm,
so, I would feel, humbled to know that, I
mhm,
would have been able to inspire a
mhm,
child
Yes.
that really, really want to
yeah.
um become a musician. And I've heard stories about musicians who would have gotten a hand-me-down piece of instrument from
Yeah.
somewhere,
Yes.
and they're big time now. And so
Yeah.
that is the type of feeling that
Mhm,
I would have if once we would have recognized a Boogie or
yes.
Gavin Christopher,
Hmm.
and the
Yeah.
like.
Fantastic. Fantastic. That's inspiring just listening to you, Claudette. Ibis is still there, or he's gone to come back. The technical director, there's a song that was you released today. I believe it is a
And man,
collaboration between yourself and the Panache Steel Orchestra. Interestingly, just tell us a little bit about that while the technical director hopefully is able to put that up and we don't have any difficulty with that.
Okay, so that song is tagged Panman Play.
Right.
Panman. Um, this song was written like 4 or 5 years ago.
Okay.
Uh, I can only remember that was when, Pan wasn't really, the young people weren't really involved, and they were beckoning for the young people to come and do their thing and try to be a part of something cultural. And this song was written by Martino Mark, um, a former lead vocalist of the band.
Okay. Oh dear.
Right?
Cla-
Uh,
Claudette, it seems
are
as
you able
though the
to?
video edging you out. Hold on. Okay.
We
You're
can hear you,
hearing it?
Claudette. Go ahead.
Go ahead,
You
Claudette.
can hear me now?
Yeah, we
All
can
right,
hear
so
you
the
all the
song is
time.
written by Martina Mack and produced by Brockway Studios. And this is just the song has been out for at least a month, and
Okay.
we just released the official video today. And
Oh, that's
so
what.
as we can see that we're in the Pan Lab, where I would have gotten the experience and how they make the pan and all of that, and being in the pan yard with panache, and just doing my thing and having a really really good time.
Yes, it certainly looks that way. And I'm looking forward to Panorama this year, as I do every year. And I'm sure many thousands of Antiguans and Barbudans. It's just a part
Of
of our national
course.
calendar. And
Yes.
we certainly look forward to that. All right. Well, as we look to wrap, just remind our listeners. I mean, we're going to be sharing on our page and during our programming between now and the 12th of July, the Kiddies Fete, Auntie Claudette's Kiddies Fete, which comes up on the 12th of July. I have the date right. We're going to be
Yes.
doing
Yes.
that here at Twin Island Media, and looking forward to seeing the outcome of this particular event. We're certainly happy to be associated with it, because those of us who would have established ourselves, raised our families, and ready
Hmm.
to pass the baton on to the next generation. It's
Yes.
important that
Yes.
we find synergies between each other, right? Your strengths, my strengths,
Right.
such
Yes.
that they are Ibis's strength and energy. Um,
Plenty
Plenty.
energy.
yeah, plenty. Ibis, where you get your energy from? Before we go, where the heck? How do you do it? I I am curious. I'm sure I'm not the only one in Little Antigua, Little 268, who wants to know where you
Trust
get
me,
the
I
energy from.
spend a lot of
Can you hear
time.
me? My voice is heard?
Yes.
Yes, your
Yes.
voice is
Okay.
heard. Go ahead.
It's called being disgusting as a child, and as you grow, somebody teach you that you can use this disgusting and put it
Turn it
into
into
something
something
positive.
positive.
Yeah, basically that's what it is. I mean, very
Well,
disgusting and
well,
rude.
the way I see Claudette look at you, I think you're still disgusting.
Professionally, it
I
co-
had
it
to
it, co-
slip
it, co-
that
it
one in
comes
there.
it comes out a lot, and she tired of it, but I
Uh,
can't help it. Darren, we can't
it's
help it.
it's
We can't
it's
help
a
it.
lot because sometimes you really
And
don't
it's
feel like it,
natural. It's
and
just
yeah,
he's just
there.
I
always
can
at
see it
it.
on Claudette's face. I'm like, oh Lord. Like Claudette, you look as though you want to slap him down sometimes.
Ah,
Boy,
I am
Hmm.
telling you, it's not easy.
But
It's
you
not.
can't think of
Sometimes
it
it's
any other way,
funny.
right?
No, I mean, if he's a brother, and that's what brothers do. They're just
yeah,
annoying, and
irritate you.
if I
Hmm.
don't want to see it or to experience
Hmm.
it, I try to lock myself away from him.
But
Oh, okay.
it's not easy
When he
locking
called
yourself
me
away from
and
you.
asked me if I'm home, I would tell him no.
Aha. Aha. The secret is out. Or you let
But
you, or
but
maybe
but
make
even
you.
but even
Yeah.
if he decide to come,
Uh-huh.
he can't get in.
You can't get in. Oh, okay, lock you out. I was
I'm
gonna
gonna learn
ask
to
if
jump the
maybe
fence. I'm
you
going
put
to learn to
um
jump that fence. Hey,
you
big
put your
school,
husband on his
big
case.
school, big school,
High
big
school,
school.
Otters Comprehensive.
In Clay
Oh,
Hall
Yay!
School in Otter's Yard. Remember that?
Oh,
okay. So you are Clay Hall graduate. I think I know
Uh
that,
huh.
and I know Claudette is Otters. Yeah.
Yeah.
Otters.
I'm gonna go
Okay.
Otters and
Yes.
rule Otters that day.
All right then. I'm not getting into
Okay.
that. Anyway,
Any
CP,
troubles?
before we go, You're an artist, you're a community champion, clearly a woman on a mission. In one or two sentences, complete this statement for our viewers. Auntie Claudette Kiddies Fete 2026 is important because.
We're giving back to our children, our musical children.
Mm, that's important. That's very important. And music is life, yes? Can you
Music
It
is
imagine
is.
the
life
world
It
indeed.
without
tells
music?
so many stories.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you just probably feel away and you have the music on and you're wondering why the song talking to you.
Hmm.
How
By
did
the
they
way,
know? Who told them what I'm going
there's a
through?
song for every emotion in everybody,
Every single one.
CP,
no matter who
I
you
can't
are.
let you go. I can't let you go. What started this conversation a few days ago was that you shared a live.
Hmm.
You were feeling very passionate about something that you are concerned
Hmm.
um, about how our creatives are treated.
Hmm.
Um, are we not getting better? I thought we were getting better, and
Hmm.
you know, dealing with these things in in a more humane, sensitive, and community based way, but maybe not.
Hmm.
I feel like we don't have any respect.
Mm,
We don't have any respect because before we're musicians
hmm.
or creatives,
Yeah.
we're an adult, we're a person.
Hmm.
And it must be for the lack of respect of who you are and what you do and what you give back to your community, to your country, should be, first and foremost where the respect should be. Because you could imagine me being an artist
Hmm.
and Convo comes around every year.
Right.
It is costly to produce a song. And what I was saying is that I don't care how the song sounds. I don't care how the artist sounds singing the song. But
The
that artist
cost.
would have made a financial contribution to Carnival, to
Hmm.
Antigua and Barbuda for the landscape of what we call Carnival. And that is
Right.
what makes up our cultural history where music is concerned. And so
Hmm.
we have a lot of people out there who would just loosely, you know, speak ill about the contribution that our creatives would have made. And I was just talking about that. And because I know how costly it is, people think that because you're a singer, you have money, but
Hmm.
they don't think about how much money you have to put into the craft that you have to be putting out there for them
Hmm.
to have a carnival. And so it just baffled me. It
Hmm.
was not even something I was thinking about from the time I got up. It was just something telling me, just say something. This is bothering you, spill it. And I
Yeah.
spilled it and I felt great. It went
Hmm.
home as to where it was supposed to go. And I feel great about it. I just am beckoning for Antiguans and Barbadians to do better
Hmm.
by just liking the music that you see on Facebook and sharing it, you
Hmm.
know, just as you would
Or
do.
Instagram for you're dating yourself or
Okay,
Instagram.
let's say,
I
let's
share
say, let's
children not
say,
on no
let's say
Facebook.
social media.
Yes,
Let's say
social media.
social media because TikTok
Yeah.
as well. Because I
Yes.
do all of those. You
Right.
know, just like it and share it, just as you
Hmm.
would do for the Patrice Roberts and the Marshall Montano and everybody else, because you're pushing them forward and you're pulling us back, and so we're not going to be able to make the grade. We have so many thousands of people in Antigua Barbuda trying to tell me that while they're watching their African movie on social media or
Hmm.
watching somebody's drama on social media, one time somebody's song, the link of the song didn't pass across,
Hmm.
and you just say, yo, just like it, just share it, just,
Hmm.
send it
Get
where you want for it to be.
right.
Because if you don't want to do nothing, don't say nothing.
Hmm.
We criticize, but we don't help. And
Hmm.
that is basically my beef. We
Right.
criticize a lot and we put it on
Hmm.
social media. Our artists don't do that, creatives don't do this, they don't reach this, they don't reach that, but they're not doing anything to help. It's as simple as
Hmm.
clicking the like and share button,
Hmm.
and we're good.
All right, fantastic. Positivity. So, Auntie Claudette's Kitty's Fete is coming up. Just give us the rundown, or you want me to give you the rundown? You do it. You'd probably get it across much more effectively than I would.
Okay, so it's Auntie Claudette's Kiddies Fete, 12th of July. It is a Sunday. ARG 10.
Oh dear.
Thinking about that will be there for the children and for adults because you can get your Sunday dinner there as well. So if you don't have children, you can still come and have a great meal. The children are gonna have their rides and slides and all of that, and now huge entertainment or band clash that is going to be happening with five of our junior bands will be something to look out for. We want to know exactly where our young people are going. Come to Auntie Claudette's Kiddies Fete. While you're having fun, we're giving back to our community. 12 secondary schools will be getting complete music instruments for their music room.
All right, fantastic. Claudette C.P. Peters, thank you so much for joining us on Twin Island Media Live. Cultural Ambassador, 10 times Soca Monarch winner, and the first female to win a road march here in Antigua and Barbuda. Claudette C.P. Peters, thank you so much for being with us tonight. And we'll continue to spread the word about the upcoming Auntie Claudette's Kiddies Fete at the Antigua Recreation Grounds, July the 12th. Have a good night, CP. All right, I think she's probably gone. All right, to tell you what, we're going to share a couple of quick messages. And when I come back, that took a little while. When we come back, we're going to just touch on a couple of issues, local and international, right after these messages. This is Twin Island Media Live for this Thursday night.
Every home starts with a plan and a solid foundation. With Community First Foundation Savings Account, you can save for down payments, closing costs, and major home repairs one step at a time. Designed for first-time buyers and homeowners alike, this account encourages disciplined saving with a simple start and 12-month savings period that keeps your goals on track. Build smarter, save stronger with a foundation savings only at Community First Cooperative Credit Union. Because strong homes start with strong foundations.
Are you ready to paint? Casada Paints and Supplies Inc. is the perfect place to start. We are the official distributors of Sherwin-Williams Paints. Sherwin-Williams, with over 150 years of innovation and experience, offers more than 1,500 paint colors to choose from. Our color palettes are handpicked by professional designers, making it easy to coordinate colors throughout your home or business. Visit us on the Utility Drive, Casada Gardens, or call 562-9450. All you have to do is visit or call Casada Paints.
Are you hearing me? Yes, it's 10 minutes to 9 o'clock in Antigua and Barbuda. This is Twin Island Media Live, and we are going to go straight into the next issue that we're going to touch on. We're going to touch a little bit on Malika Parker and the back and forth between herself and the Prime Minister. And then I'm going to share with you the main points of the 14-point memorandum of understanding that was brokered with Iran, mainly by the United States. So we'll go through that. And of course, its impact for us here in Antigua and Barbuda, especially those of you who would have been complaining that the fuel variation charge was a problem. And is a problem. It is a problem. It's a problem because we have a higher utility bill. All right. So there was an arrest, there was an arrest involving a pastor / barber who, well, it is said there's some connection between him and the Senator Malika Park of the United Progressive Party. Not sure if we can see the graphic there of a comment that he made, but basically saying, there you are, Malika Parker, when you as a MP and mother of 3 girls choose to cohabit with a convicted, and he went down the line there with that. I'm not going to read the entire thing. And he asked her to respond to that. And then there was another slide or another screenshot that I'll share very quickly. I don't want to spend too much time on it. Malika, no one connected you to your man's good friend, pedophilia conviction and criminal investigation. We questioned your judgment. So essentially, the Prime Minister is questioning her judgment because of her association, however loose, or her alleged association with the individual who may have gotten in trouble. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, during the course of the week, there was a charge involving the importation of, illegal substances, cannabis in this instance. All right. And so he was going after her with respect to that. So I know many of you are aware of it because you would have seen it on the Prime Minister's page. I know he's widely followed. What I'm going to do is share with you the statement or the response by Senator Malika Parker to the Prime Minister, and then we'll come right back. I'll just make a couple of quick comments, and then I don't want to spend too much time on this.
Sisters and brothers, comrades and friends, Antigua and Barbuda patriots. Recent events involving the arrest of a good friend have understandably drawn public attention and raised questions. I want to state clearly and unequivocally, I have absolutely no involvement in the matters leading to these allegations and legal proceedings. I was neither aware of nor connected to any activities that may be the subject of this investigation. Further, this individual neither managed or financed my campaign, as is being stated. While I care deeply for those close to me and firmly believe that every individual is entitled to due process and the presumption of innocence, I also recognize the profound responsibility that comes with public service. True leadership requires transparency, integrity, and accountability, values I have always upheld. It is therefore deeply disturbing, though entirely predictable, that Prime Minister Gaston Brown, the bully that he is, has sought to weaponize his pulpit in an act of political opportunism. He has resorted to outright libel, lies, and innuendo to malign and denigrate in an attempt to execute a public character assassination against me. It is virtually unheard of in our region or anywhere for a sitting Prime Minister to weigh in so publicly and so aggressively on a pending court matter. And it is morally reprehensible for him to attempt to drag an innocent fellow citizen into it. Yet, I personally understand the method to Gaston Brown's sustained madness. The Prime Minister views this strong, independent, educated, and competent Black woman as a direct threat to his grip on power. A woman who is prepared and ready to rebuild and strengthen a movement for the future of this nation. The Prime Minister knows better than anyone else that this woman will neither bend nor cower. My people, one of the most troubling realities of public life is that women in politics are routinely judged, not by their own actions, but by the actions of those around them. While male politicians are assessed on their track records, on their conduct, and on their policy decisions, female politicians are subjected to unfair scrutiny over their relationships, their appearance, their families, and personal life. We see constant attempts to transfer blame, suspicion, or shame onto women merely by association. My people, the objective here is not justice or the public's interest. It is basic melee. Furthermore, we have increasing evidence to suspect that certain senior police officers acting at the political behest of the Prime Minister are actively seeking ways to fabricate a connection between myself and the case where none exists. These desperate tactics will fail, as will the Prime Minister's outdated social media bullying. This corrupt and incompetent administration has revealed its true DNA with its appetite to weaponize the state against its political opponents, while simultaneously protecting its friends, its insiders, and his young wife. I will not be intimidated. I will continue to stand my ground, speak truth to power, and hold this government accountable in the absolute interest of the people of Antigua and Barbuda. Meanwhile, I will offer prayers and well wishes to any relative or friend who might find him or herself in any type of trouble without condoning anything of which they may be accused. I wish to say thank you to all those who have called and messaged in loving support during this time.
Right. Well, there you have it. Comments there by Senator Malika Park of the United Progressive Party. This whole situation raises some questions about, women in politics. That's perhaps the first question that comes to mind. If this was a man, another question that comes to mind is, I believe that there are one or two persons on the other side who were in some way involved in legal or potentially legally problematic situations, who are currently in the government. So there's that. If you live in a glass house, should you be throwing stones? So there's that question out there that has been postulated by many on social media. Then there is the association of one political party with individuals who have been alleged to, well, in some cases, been charged with pedophilia or charged with essentially engaging in sexual contact with minors and so on. So there's a lot on both sides. It's a lot of murkiness. And it's really unfortunate that our politics sometimes just gets into the murky and the nasty and the mudslinging. And it's unfortunate. For non-partisans like myself, it's a little uncomfortable. It's unfortunate. I mean, Malika is a mother, as the Prime Minister knows, and as others know. She is a mother. She is a daughter. She has a family. Some folks will say, well, listen, if you can't stand the heat, don't get in the kitchen. And politics, you're a public figure. You're going to be subject to scrutiny. That is all true. That is all true. But it's just unfortunate sometimes how these things unravel. But at least you get a sense. And today, I believe that Senator Parker would have published or posted a statement essentially going after the Prime Minister, hinting at the suggestion that he too has been engaged in less than above board behavior. Let's see if I can pull it up right now. Yes, here we are. Gassi Fassi on the subject of pedophiles and grooming. Your experience and knowledge are insurmountable. I surrender. Yeah, it's not pretty. I just think it's unfortunate. I really think it's unfortunate. And both sides have to be careful how they manage this situation. I think sometimes, when you see the Prime Minister going after someone, it usually suggests that he thinks that they have potential to perhaps be a threat to him and his political party. And there are some who think that Malika may very well be the next leader of the United Progressive Party. It's been bandied about in some circles. Some people believe that she has the potential if the Honorable Jamal Pringle, is not able to address the challenges that he faces coming out of an election that he would have lost. I'm just saying what it is. And so the Prime Minister is being a cunning, wily political animal, so to speak, and going after who he perceives as a credible threat. So there's that issue as well. So it's a lot to sift through, but certainly something that I don't really take joy in this sort of thing. I don't take joy in this sort of thing. We all know how the Prime Minister operates. It's interesting to see Senator Parker responding to him almost in kind. And some might say that is a good thing. But, both parties have glass parts of their house, and they need to just be careful how this is managed. Senator Parker will have to be careful. I think her statement spoke for itself in many respects. I thought it was a fair statement. It'll just be interesting to see how this unfolds. But always remember, too, that in politics, perception sometimes really and truly means a lot. And so Senator Parker will have to be mindful. Even though some people, especially the UPP faithful, they may, rally behind Senator Parker and say, hey, yes, we're rallying behind our sister. They did issue a statement to that effect. They're standing with her. But I'm just saying that they need to be mindful of being tarnished with a particular brush, because the Prime Minister, unfortunately, has a bully pulpit, and he's going to use it to the advantage of his party. All right. So those are just my thoughts on that. I'm not going to spend too much time on that. I don't know if Tariq has anything to say. I don't know if he wants to stay far from that one. But Tariq is still there with me, or am I talking to myself? Just to go through. I don't know if you have anything to add, or you disagree with what I said.
I think this needs to be on record. This is ghetto behavior on both sides. It's ghetto behavior. All right. This is not becoming of a member of parliament. This is not becoming of a prime minister. This is not becoming of a senator. It is ghetto behavior on all sides. And I'm very, very sorry. Like, let's be real. We can talk. We can have our.
But you agree she should have responded, right? She could not respond.
She can't not respond to Gaston Brown.
Right.
However, the fact that she is responding in the way that she's responding might be effective, but also, like, bro, it's like, come on, man. Like, gassy fassy. Really?
Yeah.
Really? I'm sorry. It is what it is, man.
Yeah, all right. I understand. All right. Let's move on very quickly, because it's already 9 o'clock. I'm just going to go through very quickly. The United States and Iran have entered into a 14-point memorandum of understanding to permanently end the war and to extend an active ceasefire, brokered to de-escalate tensions and reopen the marine traffic in the Strait of Hormuz. The initial agreement defers broader nuclear and sanctions issues to a 60-day negotiation period to finalize a comprehensive peace treaty. The primary components of the MOU include end of hostilities, right? Most important, perhaps, some might argue, an immediate and permanent termination of the military operations on all fronts, including Lebanon, ensuring that means Israel cannot just go and bomb Lebanon like that. I'll wait to see if Israel adheres to that part of it, because Mr. Netanyahu seems to be a law unto himself. Ensuring that the nation's territorial integrity and sovereignty, referring to Lebanon. Maritime access. The U.S. committed to completely lift its naval blockade of Iranian ports and commercial traffic within 30 days, officially reopening the Strait of Hormuz. Nuclear provisions in the agreement. Iran commits to never acquiring a nuclear weapon and has agreed to begin diluting or down blending its stockpile of highly enriched uranium under IAEA supervision. Sanctions and assets. The U.S. will waive sanctions against Iran, permitting the free sale of its oil, and will work on procedures to unfreeze and to make restricted funds accessible to the Central Bank of Iran. And the last point, next steps, a 60-day window is set in motion for both sides to negotiate and to lock in a final binding agreement regarding the specifics of Iran's nuclear program, permanent sanctions relief, and other critical matters. Of course, the stock market was pretty happy with what happened today. Very quickly, the Wall Street Dow Jones Industrial Average, the tech-savvy NASDAQ composite jumped nearly 2%, and the S&P 500 rose 1.1% as technology and AI chip stocks surged. The Asian markets, which opened, of course, earlier than us in the West or in this part of the world, they have hit records. Japan's Nikkei 225 jumped 3.6%, and South Korea's KOPSI surged 5.1%, reaching all-time record highs. Europe's markets, on the other hand, were mixed but positive. Major indices like Germany's DAX climbed. However, the UK's Financial Times index slipped slightly because of massive energy companies like BP and Shell saw their shares drop due to lower oil revenue. And aviation and cruises, a lot of people were concerned that they might have some difficulty being able to afford tickets and that sort of thing. But major airlines like United Airlines and Delta and Carnival Cruise Lines, which is one of the world's largest, probably is the world's largest cruise line, they saw their stock go up because, of course, fuel is coming down. All right. And prices for gas in the United States, which is something that Mr. Trump would have been concerned about, have now fallen below $4, reaching as high as $6 during the whole impasse with Iran. So those are some of the latest developments coming out of Iran and the conflict with the United States and Israel. We'll continue to watch this space. I won't comment. I think listeners who follow me on Facebook, they know how I feel about this. I think this war, the objectives were not clearly set out. Mr. Trump, I believe, was ill-advised, or he did not listen to good advice that he got because he wanted to find a distraction from the Epstein files. That's my personal belief. I don't know that for a fact, but I believe it's true. And so he didn't have very clearly defined objectives. He decided to go into Iran, and many, perhaps thousands of lives later and billions of dollars in cost. And of course, the infrastructure to Iran, including many historical sites, have been destroyed or damaged. It really and truly was a war that I think was not necessary, only to end up with an agreement that was very similar to the agreement that he scrapped simply because it had Obama's signature on it. It's just, to me, a total waste of time, but that's my view of the man in the White House at the moment. But moving right along. Folks, I'll leave that there. By the way, Tariq, you have any comment on that before we wrap?
Nixon 5. Nixon 5. Nixon 5.
All right.
That is all. That is all.
That is all? Yes. I have, my cousin's sister is in New York, and she's trying to see if she can get a jersey for me, a championship jersey or anything with Knicks on it. I'll be happy with whatever she can get. If not, I'll find a way to get it. Somebody else is coming down to Antigua.
Good luck, my brother.
I know. I hear it's tough.
If you do not get another one of those,
yes,
my wife will donate this to you, if you would like. All right.
Okay. Well, jersey, whichever.
And the only reason she will donate it is because it is not signed.
It's not signed. I wouldn't mind a
unfor-
Jalen Brunson or a cat on there.
You know what? It would have been really, really nice, I should have been at the parade earlier today, but my son was sick and I was working from home, and all of the things did the things. It is.
I understand. No worries, my brother. No worries.
That being said,
yes,
there are a whole bunch of things going on next in
yes.
All right. This is the reason for thanks and to give joy.
Mm-hmm. One of the things before we go, one of the things that I'm why I think that this victory was so potent and well received by many, especially here in Antigua and obviously New York and other parts of the world, is that it was a symbol of everything that Donald Trump and what his administration is trying to impose on America is not. You have a team that is made up of whites, blacks, Hispanics, people from the Caribbean, people who are tall, people who are short, basically a reflection of New York, which is a cosmopolitan
you had
city.
a New York team. That's what it was.
Right? That's what it was. And I think to that extent, many people were just, they bought into that. And you heard some of the players say that this is a team of people from all kinds of different backgrounds, different races, different religions, etc. And we've all come together and created something that is absolutely beautiful.
Exactly.
And that is the diametrically opposed
Absolutely. Yeah.
position to that is being espoused by the current president of the United States. And for that alone, I think millions of people around the world are inspired that despite the rise of Trump and the people who've supported him, because they don't want America to be an all-inclusive society, the New York Knicks are saying, hey, beautiful things come out of diversity. And that, I think, is a powerful thing.
I think that it is a powerful thing, but I think that there's another thing that a lot of New Yorkers are celebrating that many people who don't live in New York or have not been here consistently are celebrating. It's well, one, Jose Alvarado is an actual New Yorker. He actually grew up here, actually was raised here, shot hoops and that kind of stuff in the regular New York parks. But there's a level of grit that the Knicks had to have in all of the games, throughout all of the games, because Wemby is naturally talented. There's some people who God has gifted in a way that's entirely different from the rest of us. Wemby is incredibly talented, and I don't know how he lost that game. But if he lost that game, he would have lost it to a New Yorker or somebody from the Caribbean or Nigeria. Incidentally, all of those people happen to be on the New York Knicks team.
Correct.
So exactly. And he would have lost it because we have that kind of grit. I don't know what role colonization may have played in it, but let's move on.
Yes. Yes. I do find it interesting, though, that you have you're watching the World Cup. We can pivot to the World Cup real quick before we wrap. Somebody made the joke that global warming is a real thing because England, France. I was looking at Switzerland playing today. And for a moment there, when I saw the goal, now I know red is the national color of Switzerland, right? So to speak. But I saw the crowd cheering. But almost all the players on the Swiss team were black, and Switzerland is not known. Well, when you think of Switzerland, you don't exactly think of black people. Yeah, if you understand what I'm saying. I know they do have black folks living there. I know one or two people who live there from Antigua, etc. But you know what I'm saying.
And when you read enough, you know why.
Yes, exactly. So you have that situation there where all these teams, it looks very much like diversity. I was wondering how come the American team looked the way it did, if it was allowed by Mr. Mann and his immigration people, because it basically is a reflection of, the world that they are trying to create, which is, opposite to the world that they're trying to create. You understand what I'm saying?
That world died long ago. And it's sad because they're trying to relive a world that died long ago. And let's move on, Daren. I'm going to get myself in trouble if I
get in trouble. What I will say real quick is that Obama, at the launch of his presidential center today in Chicago, he spoke to it. He said that the American experiment, I'm paraphrasing, it continues, it evolves. Sometimes it'll go up, sometimes it'll go down. Of course, he thinks during his presidency, it was a time when it was up, obviously.
I think objectively we could agree.
Yeah,
everybody felt, most people felt empowered.
Correct. And so, it's not a straight line, basically, is the point he was making.
Correct.
And I think that is what's so potent about the Obama story, is that even despite the fact that Donald Trump's rise to power was really a reaction to his rise to power, he's still optimistic that America will still pull itself together and continue on that trajectory. And that inspires me. and it should inspire people from around the world. And I just want to say to all the people in the United States, certainly to the former
Good luck.
president, congratulations. Yes, good luck. And I am looking for, definitely on my bucket list is visiting that center.
Definitely on my bucket list is visiting that center. I
Yeah.
saw it before it actually was a monument, before they had actually broken ground
Right.
in Chicago. I can't wait to see what it looks like right now. I'm very, very impressed with
Yeah.
what he has built in Chicago. Very, very
Right.
impressed. And I can't wait
And
to see it.
it's mostly free, but to see some aspects of the exhibit, you have to pay. And tickets are apparently sold out until the end of the year, basically November, December, somewhere around there.
I'm okay with that. You know what? He
Yeah.
deserves it. All right.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. I really
Yeah.
am. In a world where Elon Musk is a trillionaire, I will wait a year to go see Barack Obama's monuments and the entire center. I'm sorry.
Right.
It's one of those things. And
Yeah.
sometimes we have to like enjoy the little good that's happening in the world, because it can feel almost like there is so much that's happening on the outside.
Yeah.
And then you forget, oh, the New York Knicks won for a
Yes.
second. Oh,
Yes.
our friend or both of our friends was nominated as a senator, and then also not a senator, ambassador, and then also, all right,
Yes. Yes.
and then also, like really, we're just having a really great time at the moment. There are lots of things that are bad, but there's so many things that are so much
Yeah.
better. There's so many things that are so much better. All
The
right.
world is still a beautiful place. The world is still a beautiful place.
But the ghetto-ness is around there. The losers are around there.
Yeah.
Donald Trump caused the New York Knicks to not be Knicks in 4, but it's okay. Don't worry about
Yes.
it.
Yes, I agree with you. I don't know why he bothered to go to that, but don't start me up. Don't start me up.
I won't. Because if you start up, I'm ready to go.
Yeah, don't start me up. But he really had no business going there. He know New York people don't particularly like him. He's not known to be a basketball fan, as far as I know. As far as I've read.
And him are boys.
What's that?
Apparently, the CEO of the Knicks and him are boys.
Okay.
So
Okay.
And they're going to the White House.
So I heard, and I suspect it's because of the fact that the owner of the Knicks. I actually expected them to go because of that relationship, and I understand. I understand these things.
I would be against it if not for the fact that the last time they won was 53 years ago.
Right.
I think you have to take it while you can. Like,
Yes.
do it for the culture, do it for
Right.
to memorialize it. Otherwise,
Correct. Yeah.
it's what it is. But if you're Tom Brady, you decide where you want to go and when you want to go.
That is also true. And
That's
certainly if you're Jalen Brunson, because Jalen Brunson is like the king of New York. I wonder if he sleep with that trophy. Every picture, every video I've seen of him so far since, he's had the trophy in his hand, except when he was pitching the baseball at is Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've seen the trophy in his hand, except when he hands it to Carl Anthony Towns. All right. Like, I get it. I understand. I hear you.
Yes.
All right. I personally think he should be handing it to Mr. Nobi, but it's okay.
That too. Yes, agreed. That tip up. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, if he literally saved the series, I think that
he did.
I'm pretty sure that if they had tied 2-2, we would not be having this conversation right now.
I'm inclined to agree with you.
Right,
agree. I was hoping they were going to win in San Antonio because I said, listen, the bother about going back home on home court. Deal with it now. And Jalen, I think, said that. He said he don't want to go home to deal with that. He want to go home to celebrate. And I'm happy that happened.
That's such a New Yorker attitude. We're not going to do it where nobody can see it, where it's not believable. We're going to do it where you actually are going to want to know. There's no way they could have done that. Oh my goodness. Wow. They blew up. And in style too. In style. It really was impressive. And kudos to the New York Knicks. I am a fan. No, I was not a fan prior to 2025.
Okay, I understand. It's kind of hard to not be a fan at the moment, even if you support another team. I mean, I'm a
That's a fact.
Pistons fan from school days,
That's a fact.
but I really have been taken in by this New York Knicks team.
They
Very
are
inspiring.
they are the perfect team. They are
Mhm.
very inspiring for generations, both the
Correct.
generation that came before them and the generation that will come after them. But
Hmm.
even more than that, I think that they show a level of grit that I think that we need to
Yeah.
see in the society in general.
Yeah.
Like the 29 down win, crazy,
Hmm.
crazy.
And the moral of the story of this entire run for the Knicks is no matter how down you are, no matter how much you think the odds are stacked against you,
Hmm.
do not give up.
That
Don't
part,
give up.
that
Because the
part.
San Antonio Spurs, on paper, were a better team. They had the best player in the world, right? One could argue. In remember Yama,
Wendy. Hmm.
right? He needs to work on his attitude, though. That's another story.
No, he
Um,
needs to go. He
but
needs to go against New York again, and he needs to beat him properly. All right.
yes,
Alvarado need to lift up his leg and trip him and that kind of stuff a couple of times. Get a couple flagrants. It's okay. He need a couple of those.
yeah. So they led for most of the games.
They did.
They led.
They
And
did.
it looked as though the Knicks, I mean, you're like, what kind of crappy ball are the Knicks playing? And they did not give up. Did not give up. As Winston Churchill say, never, ever, ever, ever give up. The moral of the story, because victory may very well be yours.
There we go.
Clutching victory from the jaws of defeat. And that's
Yes.
what the New
Yes.
York Knicks did.
Yep.
Before I go, we go. World Cup bets or predictions or too early for that?
Too early for that. I have
Okay.
not been studying football well enough, but I
Okay.
do know that the entire French team is the United African countries
Correct.
at this point in
Correct.
time. So, I
I'll give
mean,
you a
if I
joke.
have to, there we go.
I'll give you a joke. At the office we have this sweepstakes thing where you put your hand in a envelope and pull out a team.
Uh-huh.
$5 a chance. If you win, if you lose the worst, if the most goals scored against you, whatever, you win money and prizes and so
Okay.
on.
Okay.
So my first pick was New Zealand. So I was like, New Zealand, oh gosh, you know. Then my second pick was Scotland.
Okay.
So I said, so you mean to tell me if I wanted another chance, because I really wanted one of the
Yes. An
proper
actual
teams.
team. An actual team.
Spain,
Yes.
France, Germany,
Yeah.
England.
One of the colonizers. Yes.
Correct. Yes, one of the colonizers. So anyway, third time's a charm. I picked France, and I was happy with that. I do think, I do think France has a good chance if Mbappe can get his act together and be consistent. I think they have a good chance. Messi is one to watch. But you kind of figure, for me, I'd probably lean toward France simply because of the fact that more of the people on that team look like
Come on,
us.
man. Like,
I know.
yeah.
I know. It is what it is. Argentina don't have one person of any, you know how it is. They're
Well,
very
just go based
monolithic.
upon the statistics. Just go based upon the statistics. If you go based
Yeah.
upon the statistics, I think
Yeah.
we're okay. I think
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
okay.
yeah. France, it's probably gonna go to Europe this year. I think so.
I mean, yeah, they
Germany
work
looked good. Although they were going up, to be fair, they were going up against a very weak team in Curacao. So I don't know if that's a fair assessment to make. But Germany is generally a strong team, consistently so.
I have to root for Brazil at the moment,
Yes.
only because they're one of the few teams that are here, and my sister-in-law is
Correct.
actually Brazilian, so there's some connection. There's some
Okay.
connection there.
Right.
So I am trying to see how we can make
Brazil.
this work.
So you're rooting for Brazil. Yeah, Brazil is hard to bet against as well. Although in their game, somehow they didn't seem to be, maybe it's too early to tell again, but they didn't seem to be as cohesive a unit as you're accustomed to seeing them play. Nor did Spain. Spain still looked a little shaky.
I mean, they're not. Remember, these gentlemen are just coming back from their actual jobs.
Correct.
And if they got a month of training together, I'd be surprised.
Yeah.
All right,
so hopefully, as the tournament goes on, we'll see how it goes.
We'll see.
But I'll be happy for France to win only because I want to win whatever it is that the winner gets.
Daren, before you go, Daren,
tell me.
You don't think it's been a while since, sorry, not it's been a while.
Uh,
You don't think we should actually look to go and develop a program over a few years so that we can get like actual footballers and that kind of stuff?
Antigua?
And that's wishful thinking, but
Oh,
the Caribbean in general.
oh, yeah, yeah,
Let's
yeah.
start with the Caribbean in general. You might
No,
have
we
one
too
from
insular. We gonna
Jamaica.
want Trinidad gonna want to be thing. Jamaica gonna want. It's not gonna be no Caribbean team. No bother with that.
Okay, so let them be their thing. Let them be their thing. It's okay.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Let them be their thing. Let them
Mm-hmm.
all train together. I've
Right.
seen how people have done when they trained against Usain Bolt,
Right.
and then they trained against their actual competitors in the United States and other places, and how well they've
Yes.
done. Why not?
Yes.
We can do it. We did it with cricket. We did it with, well, we're doing it with track at the moment. I think we
Mm-hmm.
can do it.
Good
Also
football.
big up Tara Fenton one time, because I know
Okay.
she's
Yeah.
good. Yeah, she's
Yes.
gonna go.
Absolutely. Totally agree. Totally agree. So, Tariq, we wrap it up.
Of course,
Thanks
of
so
course.
much. Thanks to everybody for tolerating us tonight. Yeah, we appreciate you paying attention to what we talk about here at Tonala Media, and we will keep the conversation going. Thanks to those of you who would have been engaged on our page coming out of that exciting conversation. During the interview, you would have never thought it was an exciting conversation. I'm talking about with Jaime. Not that it was boring or not exciting, but it was just about mortgages. And mortgages aren't exactly a sexy topic or an exciting or controversial topic. But my word, the battle of the sexes took over, and it was a fantastic back and forth. Some people went overboard as usual, but by and large, it was a good conversation. And we are going to have a follow up conversation about what's going on with men. Why are more men not getting mortgages? Maybe a good reason they're billing out of pocket. That's actually something that was put to me. And so we'll have that conversation. So thanks so much. Have a good night. It's been Tonala Media Live for this, the 18th day of June, 2026. My name is Daren Matthew Ward, aka DMW. Been your host tonight. Thanks to Tariq Zachariah for technical support. Thanks to Claudette CP Peters and Ibis. Thanks them for their patience, especially Ibis, where we seem to have some issue with him dropping out with the link. We'll perfect it as we go along. Some nights work out better than others. I mean, if the big BBC and CBS and CNN have their technical challenges, who are we? All right, but blessings, everybody. Be safe. Have a good weekend. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers in Antigua and Barbuda. To all the fathers, particularly the fathers that show up, that love their children, that make sure their children are okay, that treat their mother with respect, especially because that's important. Happy Father's Day. And to the men who perhaps have some work to do, we all do in some way. Happy Father's Day to you too, and make it a resolution of sorts, a Father's Day resolution to do better by your children and by your children's mother, even if you and your children's mother may not still be, a thing. All right? So that's just my 2 cents advice. I gotta shut up now. Bye-bye, everybody. Be safe and God bless.